In this lecture, we're going to talk about some of the issues that arise in translating from English to the basic categorical forms. And two of the main issues, so there are others, but two of the main issues are about which quantifier we should use, and second, how to represent the terms. Take a look at these sentences. All tigers are carnivores. Tigers are all carnivores. Tigers are carnivores. Every tiger is a carnivore. Any tiger is a carnivore. So, what do they all have in common? Well, basically, they all mean the same. They all express the same universal affirmative proposition. Thus, they are all basically equivalent to a proposition of the A form, such as one. Some of the words that express universality are all, every, any, and if you look at sentence 3, there is no quantifier, but what we're saying basically is that all tigers are carnivores. So when you say tigers are carnivores, you're saying that tigers in general are carnivores. So should we state it as a rule that every time that we omit quantifiers, we have a universal sentence? Well, if you want, try to test this out. Try to see if you can come up with counterexample to this supposed rule. So if you want, you can pause the video. As a hint, here we have two sentences in which we have left the quantifier out, right? They're grammatically parallel. One says, tigers are carnivores, and the other one says, tigers attack the camp. Well, are both of these sentences universal? Definitely not. While one can be interpreted by saying that every tiger that ever existed has been a carnivore, two cannot be interpreted as saying that every tiger that ever existed attacked the camp. Instead, the interpretation would be that some tigers attacked the camp. So you see, these two sentences are quite similar in English, but the first one should be translated as an A sentence, whereas the second one is closer to an I sentence. So this indicates that you can't proceed mechanically when you translate. First, you have to think about the meaning of the sentence. Sometimes you have to massage the sentence a bit to fit it into one of the forms. Remember that categorical propositions contain terms, and terms are common nouns, not adjectives. Common nouns such as dog, guitar, tree, right? But not white, red, quick, slow. So we can see that sentence 1 doesn't fit the A form in a strict sense, right? And that is because fast is an adjective. And by definition, categorical terms are not adjectives, but common nouns. What we do in order to preserve the meaning while we fit the categorical form is to use a dummy noun such as things, so that we would say, instead of saying tigers are fast things. So in 2, for instance, if we said all tigers are fast things, then that would be strictly in the A form. There are special cases of the A form, and examples of these are expressions such as everybody, every time, everywhere. So take this sentence, everybody is mortal. Since categorical form needs a subject term, then we paraphrase it as every person is mortal. And so 2 is closer to categorical form, but it's not quite in categorical form. Can you see why? Well, because we don't have a second term. Mortal is an adjective, not a noun. So in order to make it into a categorical form, into the A form, you should say something like, every person is a mortal thing, or every person is a mortal being, right? Or something like that. So now let's consider the I form. Sentences 1, 2, and 3 are basically particular, right? Some dogs are vicious. A man was friendly. At least one number is prime. So all of these are closer to the I form, we would say. In most cases, the quantifier some is a sure indicator of the I form. And the same happens with at least one, right, in 3. Now, is that the same with 2? So we see that a man was friendly in 2, indeed is particular. So should we say that whenever we have a as an article followed by a common noun, then we should translate it as an I form? That is, whenever we have something like a man, a book, a tiger, does that mean that automatically we're going to have the I form? Compare it 2 with 4. 2 is definitely particular, but 4, at least in his most obvious interpretation, is not particular. When we say a man is not a beast, what we're saying is that men in general are not beasts. So boots definitely wouldn't belong to the I form. So again, we have another case in which translation into categorical form is not automatic, but you have to pay attention to the meaning of the sentence you're about to translate.